Welcome to Olderhood Fast Facts. I'm Robin Tremingham, and my co-host today is Olderhood International Financial Consultant Martha Harris Myron. Today our topic is building a savings buffer. Martha, why is it so incredibly important that everybody have one of these, and what is it?
The way we can actually start our conversation today, Robin, and hello everyone, is simply to put out what I actually saw recently in a paper, which was, and I checked it by the way, 40% of Americans, probably the same amount of Canadians and so on, wish that they had saved more with this unexpected assault, especially on people and families quarantining through the COVID virus. So essentially, I always refer to savings net as buffer paying for long-term gain, and we're just going to give you a few bullet points today. COVID itself has taught us some drastic lessons, and what we didn't also realize is that because you were quarantined and social distancing, yes, we know people use the internet more to buy things, but in a way, really, a lot of what we call the small stuff slippage, you couldn't spend because you weren't out there. So you were saving without even trying. Now that you've got a little bit of a cash buffer because you didn't spend on those, you actually started to increase your savings. So I've put together, Robin and I have put together a small stuff savings chart. Now this isn't the complete one, but it's close, and you can set up your own if you want to. But when you start to think about all of the things that you do, remember also that different jurisdictions are going to have different prices. You can come up with some ways to put aside a $5 or a $10 or $20 a week without even thinking about it. Remember, you couldn't spend that money when you were at home.
It's been interesting to see some of the unexpected ways that people are saving money. I talked to one person who said they hadn't had to fill up their car with gas since March.
Exactly.
Yeah, and another one that really surprised me was somebody told me that I should figure out exactly how much money I could save by turning off my hot water heater when it wasn't in use. Now, I know that sounds really crazy to a lot of people, but the way your hot water heater works, it's continually reheating the water on demand. But if you only use hot water, say early in the morning, and then maybe in the evening to have a shower, why are you paying to heat water all day long?
No, you shouldn't. And it's all of these tiny things. The fact that you were home, you weren't buying coffee out, snacks, soda, even eating breakfast out because you were late. You might be smoking a bit more, but being a health nut, I'm encouraging you to try to cut back on that. That's a big savings. Anything like that where you've actually been paying in cash, I encourage people to put it into a cookie jar. I know that's old-fashioned. If you don't want to do that, open a savings account and start putting $5 a day into it digitally. Refer again to your small savings chart. Now, you can always add your own ideas to savings slippings as well. So one of the things that also helps in practicing to save is to keep it simple, make it automatic. Now, it's great to talk about saving and giving up and expenses, but what about maybe coming up with a side hustle or something like that to bring some extra income in? You're not really quite sure what kind of a job you're going back to. You're not sure if you're going to be at the same salary. So get creative. Use the internet for ideas. Think about anything that brings in extra cash. Sell everything you don't need. Go to craft fairs, washing other people's cars, becoming a part-time caregiver to relieve the full-time caregiver. Think about what you need to do every day when you're working. Maybe you could hire someone to bring in a meal once a week. Maybe you could do the same thing now that you're at home. But there are numerous ways.
Well, I hope we've given everybody an awful lot to think about. You've been watching Fast Facts with Olderhood. Join us again soon.